The visceral feeling of looting hundreds of guns in Borderlands. The fast-paced, high-octane action found in Ultra. The terror caused deep within Subnautica's dark ocean biome. The pinpoint accuracy needed in Touhou's bullet hells. What do these all have in common? I've never played these games in my life. Hey, check this out. So yeah, I'm not beating the Ultra Kill allegations, I'm so sorry. I was gonna be working on World Generation after my first devlog, but I would need an actual gameplay loop before I can get started on that, so today I'm gonna be putting my focus on Today I'm gonna be putting my focus on weapon systems and combat. Here's the entire plan for the entire weapon system. You get a bunch of attachments, and then you hook it up to one base weapon, and those attachments have their own skills and abilities that also combine with the weapon's primary, so risk of running two loadouts, but modular. My previous video I already made one before, but we have this one primary that pulls in enemies and one secondary that deals a lot of damage but knocks them back really far. Kinda use it like a paddle ball where you string them along and then Alright, so the first idea was to make them all melee weapons, mainly to fit in with the whole farming theme, which is, oh, use a scythe, maybe upgrade to an axe, but there's really a limit to how much you can do with melee weapons, so I started adding in projectiles. So the next idea was to make melee weapons that shoot projectiles. Here's the problem, designing that would be kind of confusing, and the models for the melee weapons wouldn't really sync up to the projectiles that well. So, okay, now let's make them all ranged weapons. That doesn't fit, because it doesn't really encourage an aggressive playstyle. Let's make a ranged weapon, but make it an ammo system. I hate ammo systems. Have melee weapons charge the ranged weapons. So you go in for a melee, and then you go back to shoot your ranged weapon. What am I even saying? Oh my. Unfortunately, that requires too much effort. If you exclude the 10 people helping me out, making the music, programming, and making all the 3D models for me, I'm basically a one-man team. It's just me here. Went onto my Discord, started begging for ideas, and here's the ideas. Melee, buzz axe, staves, ranged, crossbows, and guns. If you remember though, I'm awful at 3D modeling. Did you know that in Undertale, Toby Fox made it so all the dialogue in the game is managed by a 1,000-long switch case statement? What I'm trying to say is my code is god-awful, but no one's gonna know. Here is half of all of the magic needed to do with all the bullets. Alright, so what this piece of code does is when whatever the bullet is facing, it's gonna okay, yeah, this is nerdy garbage, I'm not saying this. Here's all the cool stuff I came across playing around with my bullet code. You can set the speed really low, but the accelerant low speed but high acceleration does this. Or if you reverse it, it makes it go backwards. Deceleration kind of makes everything turn into a landmine. Spread basically turns you into a firework. I had to make the Daedalus Stormbow from Terraria, but I ended up making a hit scan weapon. That also functions as a Daedalus Stormbow. Self-descriptive. I don't even know what to call this one. Literally raining. One that starts off with 0 speed, but if you parry it, it starts moving. And many more that I didn't fail to cover. Hopefully none of these are really hard-coded in, so I can basically mix any of them together and it'll still function without crashing the game, hopefully. Ironically, when I started recording doing said thing, it crashed the game. I'm still trying to cook with the enemy designs, but they basically use the exact same system. Here are the 2 ones I have so far. His name is Jared, modeled after my neighbor, Jasmine, with a jazz because I thought that would be funny. Jared essentially swarms you, which would screw you over, and Jasmine, completely useless up close, but completely fooled you if you're 5 meters away from her. What I hope to do with this is basically make you target and prioritize enemies, depending on the weapons you have and the current situation and environment, which I think would add a lot of variety. But for now, can we smash? Oh my god, I completely forgot to actually implement it into the game. 3 hours later. I quickly modeled the guns after 3 hours and implemented it into the game. Anyways, take a look at Okay, so for context, I made a slideshow for a fellow game designer of mine, so she could actually set up all the weapons and stuff. It was gone for half an hour in this. What?